Hi there, it's Janice Thompson from JazzleDazzleCraft.co.uk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I live and work in Scotland. So today this is card 3 I'm here to do from the Pansy Patch class in the post. So this is my sample card and it's a book bind card style. Now this, I was reminded of this style by one of my teammates, Jane, who's in my team Jazzle Dazzle. She did this style at our recent retreat. So Jane, if you look for Jane Rennie on YouTube, you'll be able to see what Jane gets up to. But I will put a link to her in the description box below, so you can have a wee look. Yep. So yeah, thanks Jane for reminding me of this fold. So yeah, I used it for our Pansy Patch class. So you've got a card base here. Now it is just a half sheet of A4, but cut this direction. We've got a fold that's at 14, or a score that's at 14.85, and then another one at 18.85. So this is 4 centimetres wide here. I've done it in centimetres. I think Jane might have done it in inches, so I will be able to get you the inches measurement for this. So yeah, so that's the basics of the card. Although you know it looks a bit different, it really is a nice simple card to do. So then we've got layers. Now you do have to be a wee bit careful with your layers because they look like squares, but they aren't actually squares. If you look there, you see they're not quite squares. So that is 10 centimetres that way and 9.7 that way. So there's, you know, you have to be careful. So that is the way they go on, because the reason, if you're using directional paper, so again I'm using the paper from the Pansy Patch suite. This time I'm going to use this onto the soft succulent, this pretty paper. I absolutely love this one. It's so rich and all those pansy faces looking at you. Now it's kind of what this paper kind of what inspired me to do card 1 with the masking. So yeah, it's so pretty. So, and then you've got your layer here, which will be 3.6 by 10.1. Am I right? Yeah, 3.6 by 10.1 to layer onto that. And then a piece of designer series paper, which is 3.2 by 9.7, and that's going to go there with the ribbon. So we'll get these layers made up, the matten layers, but it'd be easier to do that first. This is for the inside so that you can write your greeting, and then we've punched out from the Elegantly Said punch, and you've got punch bits there in your kit too. If you don't have that punch, I've popped them in anyway. But it's a very pretty punch. So just use your wet glue or whatever adhesive you use. I love this. Look, it's got wee bumblebees in it too. Just so pretty, so fresh. So the top layer is the same as the inside layer. You don't, of course, have to do that. You can vary it up. It's a lovely way to show off this beautiful designer series papers. that's that. And then it's just a matter of sticking, we'll stick this one. And just be careful if you've used directional paper. So just get that sort of in the middle of that panel. And straight if you can. And then one for the front so we can see what we're doing. Basically a very effective card for what is basically cut and stick makeup. And then we'll pop this one in here. And I've given you these die cuts in white. I don't, so we mark on that one. Don't know what that was, but it's gone. Alright. I'm actually needing new plates for my cut and emboss machine, and when they get really, really worn, they do mark a bit, so I think that might be what's happened. So that's that bit. Then what I need to do now is get some ribbon for this bit. Again, I've stuck with the early evergreen, and that's what you have in your kit. So yep, it's a bit extra because I'm going to tie a knot. You can tie fancy bow if you want. I just find a knot is adequate. It just adds that bit of interest in this pretty ribbon. There we go. Just trim it off. To the length that you want. And then really, the bit here that makes this card slightly different is that you just glue this when you glue it, when you shut it. So you want some glue down here, some on your ribbon so it doesn't move. And then you just glue in that panel and just close it over and hold it down. I don't know where I'm getting white. I've got white ink. I've got another project on the go with that I'm using some white ink, and then I managed to get some on my fingers. Picked it up on something. So anyway, just ignore that. It'll dry out, it won't be noticeable. So there the card is just, you open into a square, but then you've got that to write what you want. And then we've got this tag here for putting our sentiment on. So I think this wishing you a little extra happiness is nice. Or what's this one? Yeah, that's it, that'll do. And I think we'll use early evergreen, will show up nicely. So the same colour as the ribbon, and it shows up nicely on the soft succulent. lovely, it fits perfect. Give that a clean, pop it back in my case. I need to get a wee bag for the masks. I'll stop having to fight with them. And my dimensionals. Still using up this sheet, so let's continue with that. Ah, my scissors got laid on my... That's where that's come from. Right, let's just wipe that off. Where my white ink was coming from. So just some dimensionals on my tag. I do like this punch. I think it's different. And I'm just putting that at a jaunty angle. And on this one I used these early evergreen jewels, but I think that was probably because that's what I had to hand at the time I was doing my sample, and then I decided that the pearls work quite well with these papers, so this time I just pick up, in fact, you know, there's pink in the flowers, so I'm just going to pull that pink out. And obviously you can decide what you like best. There we go, that's enough on that one. Sometimes less is more and sometimes more is more. So there you go, a book bindfold. You choose. So I've done it in 2 different papers just to give you an idea how yours will look, and different embellishments. So thank you very much for watching to the end, and I'll see you on card 4. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon. Thank you.